we talk about characters who have left a lasting mark in the Batman universe, we can't forget his eternal partner and rival, Catwoman. Mysterious, dangerous, seductive, and always unpredictable. She has gone from being a glamorous villain in the 60s to a dark and complex anti-heroine in modern cinema. For more than half a century, different actresses have brought her to life with unique styles. In this video, we're going to take a look at all her live-action versions to discover how Catwoman has evolved through the years, how her costumes and stories changed, and why she remains one of the most beloved and fascinating characters in the comic book world. Julie Newmar, Batman, TV series, 1966 to 1967. We start in 1966 with the very first live-action appearance of Catwoman, played by Julie Newmar in the Batman TV series. And let's be clear, this wasn't a dark or dramatic Batman. This was pure color, wacky gadgets, and those classic fight captions, pow, bang, and zap, popping up on screen like comic book panels. Julie's costume was a total showstopper at the time. A shiny, skin-tight black catsuit, a golden belt, and feline ears that looked like a crown. Everything was designed to highlight the character's sensuality and playful charm. Julie became the queen of dangerous flirtation. She constantly danced between romance and rivalry with Batman. In one episode, she's stealing ancient artifacts. In another, she's almost marrying the Dark Knight just to get her hands on his fortune. That push and pull of attraction and rejection between Batman and Catwoman became a signature of the character. Sure, the show had a low budget, but the campy style, with colorful sets and exaggerated effects, ended up becoming part of its charm. Thanks to Julie, Catwoman was solidified as more than just a villain. She was the ultimate femme fatale of the Batman universe. Lee Merriweather, Batman the Movie, 1966. That same year came the very first movie, Catwoman, played by Lee Merriweather in Batman. Why wasn't it Julie? Scheduling conflicts. So the catsuit passed to Lee. The plot was as wild as it was fun. Catwoman teamed up with the Joker, the Penguin, and the Riddler to form a villain dream team and take down Batman and Robin. The costume kept the same style. Shiny black catsuit, golden belt, and a flirty little mask. But Lee gave it a more glamorous vibe, almost like a James Bond villainess. As for the special effects, well, they were exactly what you'd expect from the 60s. Still, even if she was technically a replacement, Lee Merriweather became the very first Catwoman we ever saw on the big screen, earning her place in history.
Holy mush!
Eartha Kitt, Batman, 1967 to 1968. For the third season of the show, Eartha Kitt stepped in, and this was historic. She became the first African-American actress to play Catwoman, something that stirred controversy in the 60s, but ultimately marked a huge step forward for representation on TV. Eartha gave the character a radical twist. Her raspy voice, her feline-like movements, and her explosive energy made every scene feel electric. Her Catwoman wasn't just playful and seductive anymore. She was wild, fierce, and untamed. One of her most memorable schemes was trying to take over Gotham using hypnosis and technology, totally in line with the show's exaggerated style. And while the scripts remained campy and colorful, Eartha managed to steal the spotlight with sheer presence. Her costume followed the same formula as before, shiny black catsuit with golden accessories. But what really set her apart wasn't the outfit, it was her attitude. She proved that Catwoman could be portrayed in completely different ways and still remain just as iconic.
The missing corner of this parchment was intentionally left in that flea bag of a hotel room.
Michelle Pfeiffer, Batman Returns, 1992. And now, the big leap into darkness. In Batman Returns, Tim Burton pushed Gotham into a gothic nightmare, and with it, gave us one of the most unforgettable versions of Catwoman, played by Michelle Pfeiffer. The story was much darker than the 60s. Gotham was under siege by the Penguin, a grotesque villain seeking acceptance while plotting revenge on the city. Meanwhile, we meet Selina Kyle, a shy, mistreated secretary who discovers too much about her corrupt boss, Max Schreck. His solution? Push her out of a window. But Selina miraculously survives, mysteriously revived by a group of cats. From that moment, Catwoman is born, broken, vengeful, and ready to make everyone who underestimated her pay. Her costume, an iconic black latex suit, stitched together with thick white threads, a symbol of her fractured psyche. It was sexy, intimidating, and tragic all at once. Pfeiffer didn't just wear it, she became it. She even trained with a real whip, and many of her whip scenes were done without a stunt double. As for the effects, Burton relied on gothic sets, artificial snow, animatronic penguins, and a macabre fairy tale vibe, without going overboard on CGI. Unforgettable moments? Too many. Catwoman licking Batman's face, her deadly final showdown with Shrek.
How about a kiss, Santa Claus?
The suit was so tight Pfeiffer needed baby powder just to get into it, and she couldn't wear it for more than a few hours at a time. Still, her performance stole the whole movie. In fact, many argue she outshined both Batman and the Penguin. Halle Berry, Catwoman, 2004. Here comes the most controversial version of all. In 2004, Hollywood decided to give Catwoman her very own movie, but with an unexpected twist. Halle Berry didn't play Selina Kyle, but a brand new character named Patience Phillips. The story begins with Patience, a shy and kind-hearted graphic designer working at a cosmetics company. Everything changes when she discovers that the company is about to release a dangerous beauty product, a cream that makes skin look flawless, but slowly rots the user over time. When Patience tries to expose the truth, she's caught and killed. Then comes the mystical twist. A mysterious Egyptian cat resurrects her, granting her feline abilities. From that moment, Patience becomes Catwoman, agile, powerful, with superhuman reflexes and a spiritual bond with cats. Her costume? Well, it was one of the most criticized aspects. A black leather outfit with ripped pants, a top exposing her midriff, and a mask with pointy cat ears. Sexy, yes, but impractical and far from the gothic elegance of earlier versions. As for effects, the movie went overboard with CGI. Many of Halle Berry's stunts looked more like a video game than live action, and that heavy reliance on digital effects aged poorly. The interesting part is that the film tried to give Catwoman her own unique origin story, connecting her to a mythical lineage of Catwomen throughout history. A curious idea, but it didn't really work out. Halle Berry even won a Razzie Award for Worst Actress for this role, and she showed up in person to accept it, jokingly thanking Warner Brothers for putting me in this terrible movie. It was a critical and box office disaster, but it still marked an important attempt. It was the first time Catwoman had a solo film, even if it wasn't the Selina Kyle fans were expecting. Anne Hathaway, The Dark Knight Rises, 2012. After the 2004 misstep, Catwoman made a full comeback in The Dark Knight Rises, the epic conclusion to Christopher Nolan's trilogy. This time played by Anne Hathaway in a sleek, realistic, and elegant take. Here, Selina Kyle is introduced as a professional thief, skilled in martial arts and in slipping out of any situation.
Hold it right there!
She's hired to steal Bruce Wayne's fingerprints, putting her on Batman's radar. Unlike past versions, though, this Catwoman isn't purely a villain, but not exactly a hero either. She follows her own moral code, trying to survive in a Gotham crumbling under Bane's threat. Her costume fit Nolan's grounded world perfectly. A tight black catsuit, high boots, a utility belt, and high-tech goggles that, when flipped up, resembled cat ears. Nothing over the top, everything tactical and believable. Throughout the movie, Selina plays both sides. She betrays Batman by handing him over to Bane, but later proves she's more than just selfish. Her arc becomes one of redemption, helping Bruce in the final battle, and playing a crucial role in the movie's climax. The action was grounded with practical effects, real stunts, high-speed chases on the Batpod, and fight choreography with Hathaway performing much of the action herself. Nolan avoided heavy CGI, which made everything feel raw and authentic. At first, many doubted Hathaway's casting, since she was known for romantic comedies and lighter roles. But she proved everyone wrong, bringing Catwoman a mix of cunning, elegance, and humanity that fits seamlessly into Nolan's saga. With Hathaway, Catwoman was re-established in modern cinema, not as just a villain, but as a complex character who could tip the balance either way. Cameron Bacondova and Lily Simmons, Gotham, 2014 to 2019. In 2014, the TV series Gotham premiered, exploring the origins of the city and its iconic characters before Batman himself appeared. Here we got to see Selina Kyle in her teenage years, played by Cameron Bacondova. This Selina wasn't yet Catwoman with the whip and mask, but rather a street-smart thief. She survived alone, living among alleys and rooftops. Already showing her feline side, agile movements, survival instincts, and a tough personality that refused to be pushed around. Throughout the series, Selina grew close to a young Bruce Wayne right after his parents' death. She became an important part of his life, an early ally, friend, and even a love interest, with that classic mix of affection and mistrust. Sometimes she helped him, sometimes she betrayed him, but her priority was always survival in Gotham. Her look was urban and streetwise: leather jackets, gloves, oversized goggles that resembled cat ears, and a style that hinted at the Catwoman she'd become. Not a full costume yet, but clearly the foundation of her future persona. In the series finale, which jumps forward in time, Gotham finally has its Batman and its adult Catwoman. That's when actress Lily Simmons stepped in, portraying Selina as the fully formed, elegant, and mysterious thief we all know. It was like watching the seed grow into the final flower. Zoe Kravitz, The Batman, 2022. After several years, Catwoman finally returned to the big screen in The Batman, 2022, played by Zoe Kravitz. And this time, she wasn't just a side character, she was a key part of the story. In this version, Selina Kyle works at the Iceberg Lounge, a nightclub owned by the Penguin, but she's not there just for the job. Her real mission is to investigate the disappearance of her friend Annika, which leads her straight into Gotham's criminal underworld, especially the secrets of Carmine Falcone. And here comes a bombshell. Selina is revealed to be Falcone's illegitimate daughter, adding a deeply personal layer to her fight against him. Kravitz's Catwoman isn't yet a full-blown supervillain or even a seasoned anti-heroine. She's a woman searching for justice in her own way, driven by vengeance, anger, and loyalty to those she loves. That personal motivation made her feel more human, which is why audiences connected so strongly with her. Her costume was simple but stylish: a fitted black outfit, combat boots, and a balaclava with a cut at the top that subtly suggested cat ears. Practical, grounded, and perfectly in line with the movie's gritty, realistic tone. But what truly stood out was her chemistry with Batman. From their very first scene together, you can feel that mix of attraction and distrust that has defined their relationship in the comics for decades. They team up in several moments, but each one follows their own path. Batman seeks justice, Selina seeks revenge, and that clash creates a fascinating dynamic. Fun fact, this wasn't Zoe Kravitz's first time as Catwoman. She had already voiced the character in the Lego Batman movie. It was almost like destiny preparing her to step into the role for real. Selina Kyle returned as a complex character with her own motivations, not just the sexy sidekick to the hero. Here she's strong, determined, and clearly set up for an exciting future in the sequels. And that's the end of Catwoman's live-action evolution. A character who has constantly reinvented herself. Villain, anti-heroine, partner, rival, but above all, an iconic figure who never stops surprising us whenever she comes back to the screen. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more character evolutions. I already did one on Batman if you're interested, so go check it out. Take a tour around the channel, and I'll see you in the next video.